What's going on? Got some more elite speak for you, and this is on the details of the releases of 3 AEW talents. And the releases are Sadie Gibbs, Bea Priestley, and Jimmy Havoc. This kind of, when I heard this news or saw this floating around the other day, this kind of made my heart sink. Mainly because I was looking forward to seeing what Sadie Gibbs could do in AEW given time. But it's unfortunate because of the pandemic that has gripped the whole world since like March. As a result, talent located overseas or in the UK, Europe, they can't get into the States. So, and that might be lasting into next year, 2021. So that may be, and this most likely is a reason why these talents are getting released. Jimmy Havoc, Sadie Gibbs, and Bea Priestley are all located in the UK, and they can't travel. Jimmy Havoc, not much so because he moved to the States, but he lost his spot in AEW due to the speaking out movement. Someone came out against him, and I got the details right here. The releases were finalized on Wednesday, according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter. This is when their profiles were removed from the official AEW page. All 3 wrestlers are from the UK, and it was noted that AEW hasn't been able to bring in talents from the UK due to the pandemic. The fact that AEW has added a lot of new wrestlers as of late also contributed to the decision to release these 3. AEW President and CEO Tony Khan noted a few months back that he did not want to release anyone during the pandemic, but that there would come a time where they would have to make cuts if people couldn't travel into the United States. It was also said that when you keep adding talent, at some point there has to be cuts. The Observer added that Havoc likely would not be brought back due to the allegations against him coming out of the speaking out movement, which is why he was suspended before undergoing treatment for some of his issues. Gibbs and Priestley were released mainly due to their inability to get into the state for TV tapings, and how it looks like that won't be changing anytime soon. Actually, Gibbs was reportedly brought in as a project, in the sense that she wasn't ready, but she was a great athlete with a good look. There's no word yet on if there will be more releases to come, but we will keep you updated, end quote. That is, as I said before, unfortunate. And the fact that Gibbs was brought in as a project is, I guess that made it all the more easy for them to let her go. On top of being from the UK and can't get into the States. She was looking good though on her Instagram, etc. She was posting a lot of weightlifting videos and stuff like that. She couldn't wait to get back into the ring. She's looking forward to coming back, but the virus just put an end to that. So she's now free to do whatever she wants, and I have a feeling that she won't be jobless forever. My thought is, whenever this does clear up, which is probably going to be next year at some point, she could either come back to AEW, be welcomed back, or look elsewhere for work. There won't be a shortage of folks interested due to her exposure on AEW programming. So she'd be a nice pickup for anyone willing to give her a shot. Bea Priestley, though, she was part-time to start, and I think that made it easy for them to get rid of her as well, on top of the fact that she lives outside of the country. So, and it's unfortunate for her because she was actually quoted as saying that she would be devoting most of her time to AEW the following year, next year. So, a bit of a victim of circumstance here for everybody involved, except for Havoc. It's unfortunate. I was looking forward to seeing these two in AEW going forward, but who knows? They could come back, and they could come back at a later date. We don't know, but I doubt it. That's the news on the AEW releases so far. Now, following up on those who've been released, this makes me wonder why other talents whom has not been seen in AEW since before the pandemic started. I mean, I know there's still time, and this might not be the final wave, but this makes me wonder about talent like Shanna, who is from Europe, or talent like Riho and Emi Sakura and Yuka Sakazaki, etc., whom are from Japan, whom can't travel to AEW, and they're clearly part-time also. Sadie Gibbs was full-time, I believe. Bea Priestley was not. Jimmy Havoc was full-time. But the thing is, all the talent that I named besides Shanna were part-time or are part-time. So I wonder what will happen to them. Then again, nothing could happen. And I'm just grasping at straws here. But it just makes you wonder if this is the end or is it only the beginning. And I have more news. We also have an update on Excalibur's return. This is stated, and I quote, according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, AEW play-by-play man Excalibur is now set to return to the promotion on August 26th. Previous reports had the commentator appearing at this week's show, but there was some miscommunication regarding taping days, and the 26th is seemingly the correct date for his return. Excalibur has been absent from AEW programming for the last few weeks, with word being that he asked to be removed from television due to an old video of him using the N-word for an angle with PWG, a wrestling angle. Excalibur, who has apologized in the past for the comments, had not been mentioned on Dynamite or Dark since being replaced by Taz and Tony Schiavone. That saying something right there. Why would they not mention him, even if they plan on bringing him back? When they plan on bringing him back, I guess they didn't want to bring attention to it. But by keeping him off TV, that had brought attention to it. So lose there. But I'm glad he's going to be coming back sooner or later, because commentary has missed Excalibur, in my opinion. Excalibur is the glue that holds that commentary team together. And he goes with what AEW is, like an indie, has that indie feel mixed with a big budget promotion. He is missed, and I'm glad he's coming back at some point, because it would have been a shame to lose Excalibur due to some crap that happened 15 years ago during a wrestling angle. No matter what he said, it was still a wrestling angle. And no one should be punished for that, especially something that happened many years ago and that he has since apologized for. So those are my thoughts on that. Glad to know he's coming back.